She says she wasn't there that night. Her voice, calm, controlled, convincing. But watch her hands. She taps once, twice, a silent rhythm of anxiety. Her left foot bouncing under the table where no one can see. Camera pans to her eyes, a micro flash of fear, gone in half a second. The detective leans back. He doesn't write anything down. He doesn't need to, because he just heard the truth. Not from her mouth, from her body. Your body has a secret language, and it never lies. Every single day, you're speaking it. In meetings, on dates, with your parents, your friends. Even right now, watching this video, your body is talking. The question is, what is it saying? And who's listening? Welcome to the hidden world of body cues, where silence speaks louder than words, and the truth lives in the spaces between what we say and what we show.
Meet Jordan, 28 years old, sharp resume, confident handshake, sitting in the biggest job interview of their life. The hiring manager asks, "Why do you want this position?" Jordan smiles, leans forward slightly, says all the right things. "I've always been passionate about this industry. I'm a natural leader. I thrive under pressure." But their hands? Locked together like a vice. Jordan's foot tapping nervously under the table. Their foot? Tapping a panicked Morse code against the carpet. The hiring manager glances down, then back up. A knowing look. The hiring manager sees it, not because they're a mind reader, but because they speak the language Jordan's body is screaming. Fear, doubt, desperation. Here's the thing. We've all been Jordan. We've all sat in that chair, in a first date, a tough conversation, a moment where we needed to seem okay when we absolutely were not. We smile, we nod, we say, "I'm fine." But our bodies? They tell a different story. Because while our words are edited, rehearsed, and carefully chosen, our bodies are raw, honest, unfiltered. They reveal what we're afraid to say, what we don't even know we're feeling. And once you learn this language, you'll never see people the same way again. So where did this secret language come from? Let's go back, way back. 200,000 years ago, before emojis, before texts, before even spoken language, humans had to communicate to survive. And survival, it wasn't about words. It was about reading threats. A predator approaching. Early humans freeze, eyes wide, bodies tense. Imagine you're standing on the savannah. You see movement in the tall grass. Your brain has milliseconds to decide, fight or flight. Your limbic system, the ancient, primal part of your brain, takes over. It doesn't ask for your opinion. It doesn't wait for logic. It floods your body with signals. Pupils dilate, muscles tense, breathing quickens. Your body speaks before your mind can think. And here's the kicker. That system, still running, right now, in you. Every time you feel threatened, by a boss, a breakup, a stranger on the subway, your body reacts the same way it did on that ancient savannah. You cross your arms, not because you decided to, but because your limbic system just built a shield. You lean away, not out of rudeness, but because your brain sensed something off and chose safety. Think of it like this. Your conscious mind is the narrator of your life, but your body is the truth teller. It's why poker players wear sunglasses, why negotiators watch hands more than faces, why detectives study feet, not just eyes, because the body leaks secrets. And once you know what to look for, you'll see them everywhere.
All right, let's break it down. 5 categories of body cues. 5 ways your body speaks when you stay silent. Signal number 1, the eyes. They say the eyes are the window to the soul, and honestly, they're not wrong. When someone looks away while answering a question, it's not always dishonesty, but it's discomfort. When pupils dilate, it's attraction, interest, excitement. When someone blinks rapidly, stress, anxiety, a mind racing faster than words can keep up. Paul Ekman, legendary psychologist, spent decades studying micro-expressions, those split-second flashes of emotion we can't control. And you know what he found? We can fake a smile, but we can't fake the eyes that go with it. A real smile? The muscles around your eyes crinkle, what Ekman called a Duchenne smile. A fake one? Just the mouth moves. The eyes stay dead. So next time someone says they're fine, look at their eyes. They'll tell you the truth. Signal number 2, hands and arms. Hands are the most honest part of the body. Open palms, trust, honesty. I have nothing to hide. Clenched fists, tension, anger, control slipping. And crossed arms? Everyone thinks it means I'm closed off. And yeah, sometimes it does. But sometimes it just means I'm cold, or this chair has no armrests. Context matters. But when someone suddenly crosses their arms mid-conversation, right after you ask a tough question, that's a shield going up. Signal number 3, posture. Posture is power. Literally. Amy Cuddy, social psychologist, found that just standing in a power pose for 2 minutes increases testosterone and lowers cortisol. Translation: standing like a superhero makes you feel like one. But here's what most people miss. Posture isn't just about confidence. It's about status, territory, belonging. The person who takes up the most space, they feel dominant. The person who shrinks, they feel small. And you can see it everywhere. The teenager slouching in front of their parents. The employee making themselves tiny in front of their boss. The partner who suddenly seems smaller after a fight. Your body is always negotiating space. The question is, are you claiming yours? Signal number 4, micro-expressions. Micro-expressions last less than half a second, but they reveal everything. Disgust, fear, contempt, anger. They flicker across our faces before we can catch them. Ekman trained FBI agents to spot these, because lies, they leak through the cracks. You can rehearse your story, memorize your alibi, keep your voice steady, but you can't control that flash of fear when you're caught off guard. Most people miss it, but once you learn to see it, it's like watching the world in slow motion. Signal number 5, mirroring. Ever notice how people in love start to move the same way? One leans in, the other leans in. One crosses their legs, the other follows. It's called mirroring, and it's one of the most powerful signs of connection. When we like someone, trust them, feel safe with them, we unconsciously copy their body language. It's our brain's way of saying, we're the same, we're safe together. But here's the twist. You can fake it. Sales teams are trained to mirror clients. Therapists mirror patients to build rapport. But when it's real, when two people naturally sync up without thinking, that's chemistry. That's trust. That's the body saying, I see you and I'm with you.
So now you know the signals, but where do they show up? Everywhere. Let me tell you a story. A therapist once told me about a couple who came in for counseling. The wife said everything was fine. The husband agreed. But the therapist noticed something. Every time the wife spoke, the husband's body turned just slightly toward the door. Every time he reached for her hand, She pulled hers into her lap a split second before he could touch her. They said they wanted to stay together, but their bodies were already saying goodbye. The therapist didn't point it out right away, but 3 sessions later, they admitted what their bodies had been screaming all along. They were done. They just didn't know how to say it. Because sometimes the body knows before the mind does. Or take this. A detective investigating a missing person case. The suspect, cooperative, calm, helpful, gave detailed answers, made eye contact, never stuttered. But the detective noticed something small. Every time the detective mentioned the victim's name, the suspect's left hand would tap. Once, twice, 3 times, like a glitch in the system. That tiny, unconscious movement, it was guilt. Not from what he said, but from what his body couldn't hide. 2 weeks later, he confessed. Or what about this? A parent asks their teenager, "Did you go to Sarah's house last night?" The teenager says, "Yeah, we just studied." But their eyes dart left, their hand touches their neck, their foot starts bouncing. The parent doesn't need a confession. The body already told the truth. And here's the thing. We're not trying to become human lie detectors. We're trying to become better listeners. Because people don't always have the words for what they're feeling. But their bodies are screaming it. And if we pay attention, really pay attention, we can hear it. We can see the pain behind the smile, the fear behind the confidence, the love someone's too scared to say out loud.
But here's where it gets personal. What is your body saying? When you say you're fine, are your shoulders up near your ears? When you say you're confident, are your hands hidden in your pockets? When you say you're happy, is your smile reaching your eyes? We spend so much time reading other people, but how often do we listen to ourselves? Your body is talking to you every single day. It's telling you when something's wrong, when you're overwhelmed, when you're pretending. And the truth is, most of us have learned to ignore it. We push through exhaustion. We fake enthusiasm. We numb discomfort. But your body remembers. It holds the stress you don't process, the anger you don't express, the sadness you don't let out. So maybe the real power of body language isn't just reading others. Maybe it's learning to listen to yourself, to notice when you're holding tension you don't need to carry, to recognize when you're shrinking yourself to fit someone else's expectations, to feel when your body is saying no, even when your mouth says yes. Because authenticity, it starts with your body. When your words and your body are in sync, when what you say matches what you feel, that's when people trust you. That's when you trust you.
So here's the challenge. For the next week, pay attention. Not to everyone else, to you. What is your body trying to tell you? And are you brave enough to listen? In a world full of noise, where everyone's shouting to be heard, your body remains honest. It speaks in whispers, in the tilt of a head, the crossing of arms, the flicker of a smile that doesn't quite land. And the beautiful, terrifying truth is this. We're all walking around, broadcasting our deepest feelings, our fears, our hopes, our heartbreaks, in a language most people don't even know exists. But you do now. So the next time someone says they're okay, look a little closer, listen a little deeper, and maybe, just maybe, ask them again. Because sometimes the kindest thing we can do is notice what someone's body is saying when their mouth stays silent.
Your body has a secret language. The question is, are you listening?